We've got the latest news from the Wall Street Journal that will be deciphered for us by our friends at KeyCity Capital. Let's put it up on the screen. We have a housing market slump at the same time as mortgage rates top 7%. What does it all mean? Let's talk to our good buddy, Stephen Patterson. Stephen, welcome back to America First.
Thank you so much, Dr. Gorka.
What is happening to the housing market? Because I thought it was a seller's market, especially where we live around, Northern Virginia, Washington, D.C. Are the mortgage rates just putting pressure on buyers? What's going on?
Yeah, no, it has. The bottom line is that mortgage rates have now crossed 7.1%. It hasn't been this high in 23 years, and home prices haven't come down because guys like you and me and your listeners all refinanced at 3%, and so we're not selling. We're not willing to sell. So there's a very, very short supply out there with a demand on top of a high interest rate. And let's talk about the high interest rate right now, because I think this is particularly poignant for your listeners. We're spending $1 trillion. We're adding $1 trillion to the deficit every 90 days.
Yeah.
Let that sink in. Every 90 days. So if you want to know why inflation's out of control, you have to look no further than the guys in Congress and the guy in the White House that's passing this spending. And how it affects your listeners and how it affects our fund is in April of 2020, the median mortgage in this country was $1,480, 1480.
Mm-hmm.
Today, April of 2024, that same median home, $2,750.
Hang on, 1,300% increase?
That's an 86% increase in 4 years, Dr. Gorka.
Wow.
4 years, 86%.
So how, given that's a kind of market that's locked, those who refied like I did or bought a new home at like 3.2%, we're not selling. So how do you guys step in? How do you meet the need for people to have homes or have places to live?
Listen, the inflation and these interest rates are what is causing large sell-offs right now in the market. The S&P's off 5% in the last 5 days. We're all seeing it reflected. KeyCity Capital sponsors real estate funds that invest in apartment complexes throughout the southeastern United States. And that has two effects to our clients. One, we have fixed debt on these properties that allow for an 8% preferred return. They're tax advantaged. And so as an investment opportunity, that type of asset class performs very well when home prices soar, because rents will continue to rise and people are in rental real estate for a longer period of time because they cannot get into the housing market. And
but
now
you
is
said
the
something
time
very
to
exciting.
take advantage
Can you expand on this tax? It's advantageous from a tax point of view?
Absolutely. Yeah, our investors are limited partners with us, which allow us to give you depreciation offset on these assets, meaning that the IRS allows us to depreciate the asset over a period of time, which offsets any taxable value to you. We can severely diminish capital gains, and we can severely diminish taxable value on dollars paid out to you. And that is why real estate has been an investment for the wealthy for such a long time. This is why real estate makes sense in an environment like this. And I'd love to sit down and talk with you to show you why it applies to your portfolio and how you can take the most advantage of this opportunity.
All right, think about, in layman's terms, I'm going to explain it as far as I get it. Nobody's selling their house. People need somewhere to live. The KeyCity Capital can provide you access as an owner or an investor who doesn't have to look after the property, but has a tax-sheltered investment, which is a win-win for everyone concerned, for the renter and for you as the investor. Find out more, keycitycapital.com/GORKA, or call Stephen and his colleagues on 817-912-1569. I was sold on it the first time I heard it. 817-912-1569, keycitycapital.com/GORKA.
The airing of this interview by America First, Sebastian Gorka, and Salem Media is not an endorsement or recommendation by America First, Sebastian Gorka, and Salem Media of the products or services discussed in the interview. America First, Sebastian Gorka, and Salem Media do not guarantee the results of any investments a listener or viewer makes to this program.